faster when we get
You need to be faster.
Jay, Bill, come on.
Right, pilot. Push the flashing button to take off.
Right there, flashing button, go.
Pilot on
All right, now we're live.
We're standing in front of Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. It is the one ride opening with the land on May 31st. This is a flight simulator ride where 6 people will collaborate, play together to sort of fly the Falcon on a smuggling mission. And there's a lot of variables in how you can do in the ride, but there is only one proper ending of the attraction. We are inside the queue for Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. It's multi-tiered. You're going to go up a couple different levels, a couple different ramps. You're going to see some ships. You're going to see a bunch of warehousey sort of stuff to fix ships. You're going to see some droids. You're going to hear a lot of voices. This is Hondo's shipping and receiving business. It's not really an above-board business. So like a lot of what you're going to hear is you're going to hear people say, hey, stormtroopers have just gotten in here. We need to hide a bunch of equipment. You're going to hear some of Hondo's workers sort of whether or not they're good at their job, well, sort of you can try to pick out from the dialogue. So we're inside the queue of the Millennium Falcon attraction. If you look over here, you can see the top of the Falcon. Normally what you'll be hearing inside this queue, you're going to hear a lot of the people who work, or creatures or aliens, who work for Hondo. Some of them do their job better than others, so you can try to pick up the Easter eggs in that dialogue. You can also use the Play Disney app, and there's a lot of little hidden secrets, things you could find, things you could uncover via using your mobile phone and the app to learn more about this attraction and this universe. So this is the last major room at the queue before you go into the pre-show, which is where you will see Hondo, and Hondo will give you your mission. If you've watched some of the Star Wars, the animated series, you'll probably recognize him. He comes from sort of that era or those shows, and he'll give you your mission, and then from there you'll pretty much go into the Falcon.
Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in.
So right now we are inside the belly of the Millennium Falcon attraction. This is where you'll go right before you get on the actual ride after going through the queue. You'll get a few minutes to hang out in here. If you've seen the movies, and if you're watching this, you probably have, you're going to see many familiar sights. You'll see the holographic chess table, which is right over here.
This is a very aspirational place we're standing in right now. This is a place that people have been wanting to experience and to interact with for over 40 years, and it's instantly recognizable. You take that kind of pent-up kind of demand for that experience, then you layer on this idea that what can we do in a team dynamic that encourages interactivity and fun, right? And so I think that's the concept that we came up with. We need pilots, we need engineers, and we need gunners, right? Mm-hmm. Pilots to keep the ship in the air, right? Engineers to repair any damage that we might incur, and gunners to keep the first order off our tail. I think the just exploration, the interactivity, the observing of the interactivity is going to allow people to kind of move through that decision process, and maybe lean back, maybe lean forward, but still have a great place to explore and have a great adventure.
Sure.
The ship, by the way, though, isn't, right? So sounds like we got a little electrical problem.
We're doing an interview and you want me to reboot the ship?
Yeah. Did you do that? Yeah.
So I gotta press this, right?
It's going to work, yeah. That's perfect, yeah.
Are we safe?
I think we're going to be safe now, yeah. This ship took a lot of hits in The Last Jedi, right? And so Chewie made it, got it here to the Black Spire. He's very familiar with this outpost, and he cut a deal with Hondo. Hondo said, "Yeah, I'll fund the refit, but you got to let me borrow it for a few things." And so that's really the backstory here, is that these crews are taking runs for Hondo. Yeah. And Hondo's got some legitimate business, but he also has some clients that are not so straight. Yeah.
And just a super nerdy sort of Star Wars deep question. So you said after The Last Jedi. So give a sense of somebody. People obsess over every detail of the Falcon and every era of the Falcon. Is this a long time after The Last Jedi? A little bit after The Last Jedi? What can you sort of say?
After The Last Jedi. Yeah, that's what I can say. Oh, there we go.
I did it! Yes! We got the goods, yeah! I will grab it! You keep up to the train!
Alright, let's get out of here.
Oh god, I'm gonna get sick!
Oh no, can't go up. Can't go up. Stay down.
Oh, I need to go up!
This is it!
Alright, we're going left! We're going left! We're going left! We're going right! There we go!
Fire the missiles at the train!
Fire it!
Fire!
Let's go! Fire!
I did!
Straight ahead.
It's coming down.
Underneath.
Hit the boosters.
Okay. We're going. All right.
I don't believe it, but we made it.
Back to light speed.
Here's the good and the bad thing, depending on your point of view. You're probably going to need to do it at least a few times just to get the hang of the controls, to get a sense of everything you can see. The juggling, the piloting, and yelling at your, not yelling, or talking politely to your other co-pilots and other people in the cockpit. There's a lot going on in this attraction. That being said, it's a lot of fun. Anybody who's ever wanted to fly the Falcon, they're going to get 6 minutes to experience a taste of what it may feel like.